Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Good Morning Soul. Are you guys having a good, fine morning? I hope you are. Today, we're going to be taking a trip down memory lane once again, and I'm going to be telling another story about a time I got a scar. I already told the story about the time my tooth went through my lip. I have a video about that, and I already on this series talked about the time where I was I want to say I fell off a trampoline. I was kind of pushed off of a trampoline and I hit my head on a brick. And this is another time, and this one I don't remember as much because this one I was really young. I remember being a really small kid when this happened. And this kind of just shows how fucking dumb of a kid I was. I think when it comes to growing up, I always felt like I was dumber than everyone else, and I still kind of feel that way. But even in high school, I felt like there was this general intelligence that I was falling behind. And with this just proves it. This proves how fucking dumb I was. And I know I said I shouldn't be cursing on this series, so I'm going to try to avoid that, even though I've already done it 100 times. But, so, this one happened to my chin. And this one, people don't see because it's under my chin, but when I shave my beard and lift up my head, you can clearly see it. It's like a little ripple or a little fold to my chin, right under it. I know you guys can't see my face, but it's imagine right where your chin is I don't know. Anyway, the point is, when this happened, I was a little kid. My brother, my mom, my dad, he was still around at the time, so we all went to the bowling alley and having a good old time. I specifically remember that bowling alley. It was a chill little bowling alley with just a couple lanes. It was a pretty poor town, so even that bowling alley is probably cheaper than I remember, but it was a nice little place. But there was this point where we were all bowling, and I sucked at bowling. I was always throwing ghetto balls and gutter balls. Did I just call them ghetto balls? Gutter balls. Jesus Christ. And these balls, I remember we'd raise the bars, how you can do that so you don't even get gutter balls. That's how bad I was as a kid. And I threw them I just rolled the ball down the lane. But I was a little kid, so who really cares? I don't know if I still suck at bowling. I probably do. But when this happened, I remember there was a point where because you throw the ball down the alley and then it returns. I, for whatever reason, was my dad, he threw his, I think the ball just came back. I don't know if I was putting the ball away or if I was giving it to him, but for whatever reason, under the age of 10, I was probably 8 or 7, younger or older, I don't even know. Whatever reason, and I don't know why other people let me do this, but they did. I was oh, I'm a big, I would specifically remember, I was I'm gonna bring my ball to my dad, or I was gonna put it away, despite the fact that I could barely lift this thing. That's how young I was. This thing was heavy as hell to me. I remember having to I felt my arms trembling underneath it. So, I'm carrying this heavy ass bowling ball as a kid, and I'm putting it away or whatever I'm doing with it. I don't remember. And I completely eat ass and slip. And I slip so dumb and clumsily that my chin goes straight into this heavy ass bowling ball that is meant for a grown ass man. And I do remember it hurt like a bitch. I don't remember that much after it. I barely remember even getting the stitches or being in the hospital, but I did get a couple of stitches. I remember my family freaking out, which we're in public and I'm bleeding a lot as a kid, so I'm sure that is scary. But God, I was such a dumb kid. I don't know why I remember they were even just kind of like, oh, you got that? Like, are you sure? I don't know why. I remember specifically being like, yeah, I got this, gosh. I think that was my attitude to, like, the majority of things as a kid. Like, gosh, like, whoa, like, just, oh, I got it, God. And it's funny, like, it's so fucking funny that I was like, yeah, gosh, I got it. And then I eat ass and I get stitches and I have a scar for the rest of my life because I'm a dumb kid with a terrible attitude. And I've grown so much as a person. Like I think most people hate who they were as a kid. I don't know if I'm like I especially hate who I was as a kid, but like there's so many instances where I have like memories or like little flashes of me saying dumb stuff or doing dumb things. And like even like in high school, like so many like bad decisions that I wish I could take back. And maybe everyone thinks that, like maybe like just wish I could relive my life as who I am now, and I would be like so much farther, and I'd like have so many more friends, or I'd have this, that. Maybe people wouldn't think I'm so dumb or whatever else. And I'm sure like other people in that bowling alley were probably like, that's a dumbass little kid carrying that bowling ball. But it makes for a fun story. Like, out of all my scars, I think that's the one I remember the most, or the least, I should say. Just because I was so young when this happened. And, you know, like, the only time, like, I ever, like, my lip, like, obviously, I feel my lip a lot. Like, I can put my tongue in my mouth, and there's, like, I can feel where the scar is, and, like, where it's, like, not swollen, but, you know, lopsided or whatever. And, you know, the back of my head, obviously, whenever I run my hand through the back of my head, which I do too often, like, I feel it then. And, yeah, whereas my chin, you know, that doesn't really come up in my day-to-day life. So maybe it's worth the fun story. But I think that I'm gonna cut it off at that. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and I think I have, like, one other scar story. If you guys have fun stories like that, I would love to read about them in the comments. Like, those are always fun, right? When people have stories about their scars. But, yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. And with that, I leave you.